So, Ms. Silvana Koch-Marin, welcome to Kazakhstan, and thank you that you accept our invitation and sharing your precious time.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, for the first question, please tell us about your international organization, Women Political Leaders, which you had.
Women Political Leaders is the global network of women politicians, so women that are parliamentarians or ministers, prime ministers, presidents. And the mission is to increase the number of women in politics, to have more women politicians, and also to increase the power, the influence that women in politics have. Because it does make a difference which portfolio you hold and which decisions you can take.
Mm-hmm. So, what you can say about the contribution of Kazakhstan to the world women's movement to gender equality? As I know now in our government it's around only maybe 30 or 80 women, and it's not that much, I can say.
I think the ambition here in Kazakhstan, in the conversations that I had, I heard that the ambition is to have more women and to really accelerate that process. I believed in the Kazakh history and tradition, women always had a very strong role to play. And that they were very much seen as equal, and in the constitution it also says that men and women are equal. So there is, I think, the current ambition, the policy of the government is to get more women into politics. And I can also see that in Central Asia, the other countries are very much looking at what is Kazakhstan doing, because you're further ahead than the others.
Yeah, and as I know, you all already participate in the international conference meeting of Central Asian countries' women's dialogue. So what you can say about this?
I think it's really, really important to have this regional dialogues and of countries that have a lot of things in common, but still also have many differences, but it's comparable. I was member of the European Parliament, and in the EU, it really makes sense also to work a lot together and to pool resources, because a lot of the challenges, a lot of the solutions, they're joint ones and not for countries alone.
So, and another question is about the constitutional reforms in Kazakhstan. How you can evaluate it?
So what I understand is that the constitutional reforms are really meant to increase the participation of people and to make democracy and transparency stronger. And so I can only say this is wonderful, and congratulations on this ambition and this move. For the constitutional enshrinement of women's equality, I think there is already a very, very solid fundament for that.
So, and what kind of measures is the government of Kazakhstan now doing to increase the participation of women in government and other ministries, for example? Because as I know now in Kazakhstan, we have many women representatives in business, but not in a governmental institution.
I think there are two elements to this, and when I take also the insights from other countries, two things that work. The one is to really build the pipeline, build the pool of women that have the confidence and also the possibility to go into political leadership. And the many women that are already there as business leaders, they can serve as such a resource, such a pool for then going into politics. That's the one thing. And the other one is that from what we can see around the world is what really works is quotas. And they can be temporary until it's normal to have women in political leadership, but it's crucial to have women specifically for quota, and I think 30% quota for women, I think that would be a really important step.
Yeah, that's true. And today you said that you went to Algiers camp, right? And it's also very powerful place when powerful women didn't betray their husbands and stayed lived very awful days. And what is your impression?
It was very, very intense and moving to go there, to see the photos of those women, to see the photos of the children. And I think it puts very much in context, and keeping this memory alive is crucial, because to never have this happen again, but also to see what women had to endure because of them being the wives or the daughters or the mothers of others, and sometimes also being activists themselves. And I think it's very, very important to have this memorial. And I think for any politician coming to Kazakhstan, it would be a very important visit to do.
Yes, that's true. And also it reminds us that we should be powerful all the time, and that women are powerful actually.
Very much so. There is this saying, which I'm only so much like, is that women are show their real strength when put very much into this duress. After all, I mean, giving birth to a child, millions of women, billions of women experience that. Is, I think, one of the toughest experiences that women can have.
Yeah, true. And the last question I want to ask it about the role. What role does the women, peace and security agenda play in the current geopolitical situation in the world?
The women, peace and security agenda doesn't play an enough important role. Because what we see is that there are many wars, and the people handling those wars are mainly men. However, there is data that shows when women are included in prevention of conflict and negotiating peace, then it's more successful and the peace lasts longer. So really the appeal would be that the women, peace and security agenda should be a top priority.
True, especially what we see is happening in Afghanistan.
Yes.
It's very important.
It's Afghanistan, South Sudan, Ukraine. Yemen. It's like it's conflict, and women are not part of the negotiation or solution. They're just mainly experiencing the war in a terrible way as victims.
Yeah, true. So thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.